Hi, I'm Shelley Levette with childcareland.com. Today I want to share with you felt button practice. This is an excellent activity for fine motor skills development. This idea came from a make and take that I recently attended, so it's not my original idea, but the trainer did not provide a source for this idea, but I do think it's a wonderful idea, and you can certainly modify it to however you think it would work best in your early learning environment. The supplies are very minimal. You'll just need felt and buttons and thread and a needle to sew the buttons onto the felt with. So what I've done is, she had her set up a little bit differently, but I've done squares and circles. You can do whatever shapes that you like, but I feel this is more simple for children to use these kind of shapes to hold and to manipulate with. And what happens is on the bottom, which I use as a square piece, I've sewn a button on, and then I use a round piece on the top for that has no button on. And so they're in two different piles, and the children will take the square with a button on it, and then the circle with the buttonhole on it, and then put the button through the hole and just button it. And some will get it right away, some won't. Buttoning is one of those skills that are kind of difficult for young children to learn, but this is excellent practice for that, and it's getting their fingers moving. You can do, now I didn't match my colors up. Children were free to pick whatever colors they wanted to do, and attach a circle to whatever color they wanted. It didn't have to be a color matching activity, but you could certainly turn it into one. You could use the same color buttons on this square too, but I just chose to make it something a little bit different instead of having all the same colors and doing matching. But you could do that if you would like to. So again, I'll just take this one off here so we can look at it. I just sewed the button on. You decide what kind of size button you would like to use. I used one that was fairly large, not a really small one. Bigger buttons will work better with this activity, but you don't want something that's too huge either. And to do the slits in the circle, you would first cut out the circle, and you don't need to worry about if the squares aren't perfectly shaped and the circles or whatever shapes you're doing aren't perfect. That doesn't matter on there as long as you have the button and your slit for the buttonhole on here. And to make that, all I did was I made my circle, I folded it in half, and then I took my scissors and I just started to make like a little cut right in the center of it. And then I opened it. And you'll have to do like a little bit of comparison on here. You don't want to make the buttonhole too big. So you just do like a little cut that way, a little cut this way, and you could compare it to the size of the button and try it yourself. If it doesn't go through, you want to make it a little bit bigger. And this one's not going to go through, so you just need to get in there and cut again on there. It's a little more time consuming of an activity to set up. But maybe this is something, if you have somebody who's good with sewing, you could send the squares and the buttons home and somebody could sew those on for you. And so now this will go through, there we go, put it on here so you can see, and this will go through like that on there. So, I mean, you can source these out to parent volunteers who would like to do some sewing or some cutting of the shapes. It isn't something to feel that you necessarily have to do by yourself on here, and certainly maybe older children can help cut with the shapes too if you do simple shapes. For felt button practice, I'm Shelley Levette with childcareland.com, and thanks for watching.